Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me nice and clearly? Hopefully. Music's not too loud or anything. So we are back with Sunderland. Of course, continuing on from yesterday. Made a pretty decent start to life in charge. Let's get everything set up here. So if you did miss the last episode, we'll quickly catch you up with exactly what's happened. Summer transfer window is still ongoing. We've got about 10 days left. We've only made 2 signings, and that's probably all we are going to make. We signed Adalberto Penaranda and Isaac Success on loan, both from Watford. Success hasn't had the greatest of starts, but he's more than good enough for this level in League One. But Penaranda has scored 7 goals in 4 games in League One. He scored in the League Cup as well. So we are very heavily banking on this boy being the man to take us to the Championship. Apart from that, we've won our first 4 league games: Oxford, Ipswich, Portsmouth and Rochdale. We've also beaten Championship Blackburn Rovers in the League Cup first round and drew Championship Hull City in the second round, who will be playing today. Thank you for everybody currently in the stream right now. Hello, Joe. My day is going absolutely champion. Thank you very much. Going to be live for probably 2.5 hours, something like that. We'll see how many games we can get through in that time. Obviously, a fantastic start. Our board are expecting us to win the league though, so rival consortiums and Sunderland tug of war. Oh, happy days. We might be able to get a decent takeover now. We'll have to wait and see on that. Like, there's no guarantees whatsoever. Streamlabs is absolutely terrible, by the way. I'm currently on 519 subscribers. It still says I'm on 518. So, it's working absolutely brilliantly. Personal message following takeover activity. The takeover has collapsed. Brilliant. They didn't have enough funds, so there's no longer a transfer embargo. I wasn't even aware that we were under a transfer embargo, by the way. So, it's always nice to see. Ballymumba. Oh, I was having a think last night. I think we've got a good enough squad to be able to completely carry Ballymumba. So he is going to be starting as many games as humanly possible now. I'm just setting off the reins. He's going to be starting in central midfield, probably alongside George Dobson. And them two will be our favoured pairing in the central of midfield. We'll not do that. We'll just pick the first choice. I'm looking to start as many of our academy players as humanly possible. What was that? I've just heard a noise. Pete C has just subscribed. Are you testing it, Pete? It looks like it's working. Maybe only when I'm live. But that brings us up to the 519, where we probably should be. So we'll take that all day. Anyway, back to the game. AFC Wimbledon, of course, loaned Charlie Wyke during the transfer window as well. He can't play today, so that's maybe one of their main players out. We are going to favour Denver Hume at left wing back because he's an academy product. Lyndon Gooch on the right hand side, as he is an academy product as well. And of course Ballymumba, who is just flying up, by the way, in training every single week. He is our best trainer, so I'm hoping to keep that going by giving him as much game time as possible in League One. Lee Burge. We don't need a goalkeeper on the bench, do we? We're going to finally get Chris Maguire on the bench as he returns from his injury. I do want Duncan Watmore on the bench as well. We don't need 2 strikers, so it's between Lafferty and Will Grigg. I'm half tempted to try and sell Will Grigg, to be honest with you. He's on £10,000 a week in League One, and he's just not good enough. I'm going to offer him to clubs now. He's open to speaking to other clubs as well, so he shouldn't get too upset about that. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Stream's looking good. Everything's still still alive and kicking. We will submit this team. And we'll get to the game. First game of the day. AFC Wimbledon. We are at home. Playing pretty similar setups. All three at the back, wing backs. Obviously no Charlie White, as I mentioned earlier. They are playing quite defensively. So we should dominate. Just whether we can get the goals or not. With Penaranda in the squad, I have absolutely every single faith that we are going to absolutely smash them. I'm going to retest having 3D highlights on again. See if the laptop can handle it today. Because I was looking at the computer usage statistics and nothing was really struggling, so I don't know why it wasn't performing too well. Joe's currently playing FIFA. Is it the weekend league? I haven't played FIFA for absolutely years, really. Ballymumba with a free kick. Is he going to get his first assist for the club? Or his first goal? It's offside. Assistant stopped. Ballymumba pushing another player. He took the free kick, mate. Probably somebody else pushing a player in the box. Football Manager just getting confused. Goal ruled out, though. Ballymumba steps over another free kick. Come on, Bally. Get your first goal, lad. He steps up, hits the wall, comes out to success. He takes a strike. And he goes over the bar. Exactly, Pete. Why would you want to go outside when you can play or watch Football Manager streams and watching League One Sunderland? So we have dominated the game. We're just not really creating that many good opportunities by the looks of things. So we're probably going to have to make some changes to the team instructions. Probably work the ball into the box a bit more. Laura will passing. See if that can remedy the situation. Highlight now. Lyndon Gooch with a free kick. He plays it in. Tom Smith's back there, but they managed to get it clear. Denver Hume is the man sitting at the back, ready to pick it up. Plays it outside to Lyndon Gooch on the right again. Dispossessed. They haven't got very men forward, so I don't anticipate too many counter-attacks from AFC Wimbledon. George Dobson. Got Denver Hume overlapping on the left-hand side. Tries to whip it in. We're not really penetrating that defensive wall right now, which isn't great. Come on, Denver. Come on, Bally. He finds success on the left-hand side. He's got the attributes to be able to beat his man and get down the wing. Hume plays it in. It's cleared again by Thomas. We're just absolutely camped in their half. They're really, really not offering anything. Conor McLaughlin on the right-hand side. Please whip it in. Decent cross. He does whip it in. Denver Hume is there. Oh, Denver. Denver shouldn't be shooting. Oh, corner for AFC Wimbledon. Wouldn't this just be typical? Thomas heads it. Goes over the bar. How's it going, Joe? Have you just started the weekend league? What's your record? Another highlight now. It's another AFC Wimbledon free kick. They go just wide as well. Maybe we'll go back to a positive team mentality. We'll lower the tempo as well. For about 20 minutes, maybe 10, 15. Just to see if that can make any sort of difference whatsoever. Doesn't look like it is, so we're going to switch straight back to a much higher tempo, go a bit more direct. We've got Chris Maguire on the left hand side who we can bring on. Got Duncan Motmore on the right, so we're going to make them changes. Bring them on, see if they can make the difference for us in the attacking areas. We're not getting shots on target. Maguire with a free kick. It's played in. It's Flanagan at the back post. He's not offside. And there we go. The changes have had the desired effect. Tom Flanagan's first goal of the season from centre-back. And Chris Maguire gets his assist after coming on. We've just had an alert. F1 Gaming Kid, thank you very much for subscribing. 3D's no good. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. It's a lofty goal, I know. But we will persevere. Back to 2D Classic for the replays, I think. Duncan Watmore picks up the ball on the right hand side with only 5 minutes to go. Gets in Penaranda. It'll be a weird game if Penaranda doesn't score, but it might be the case where it doesn't happen. George Dobson picks it up. Denver Hume, he's in behind. I don't want him shooting. He finds Penaranda, who gets took out by O'Neill. And that is going to be AFC Wimbledon down to 10 men now for the final few minutes. Can we score from the free kick though? No, we can't. There's no... Oh, don't do this. Sanders. Willis gets it clear. Should we be on the counter right now? We probably should. But Penaranda is going to pinch the ball. And he gets tucked down by another man. We're going to go to balance, not counter. McLaughlin has been sent off AFC Wimbledon. They are now down to 9 men. 9 men. Imagine if we conceded now against 9 men AFC Wimbledon after this domination. And there we have it. Sunderland 1, AFC Wimbledon 0. 5 wins in a row. League 1 is looking quite tasty for us so far. You never know though. That could easily change on us quite quickly. There we are. Sunderland win 5 straight. We're now 3 points clear at the top. Bristol Rovers are the team chasing us currently, but a lot of teams on 10 points as well. Only 4 games in between now and Hull City, so we will rest the players. Probably end up changing our central midfield pairing as well for this. We've got plenty of strength and depth in that area, so, and they are the boys who do the most run alongside the wing backs. So to try and keep people fit, that is what we'll do as some more scout reports come in. Luca Ranieri for 2.3 million doesn't look like a bad option if we get some money in the summer maybe. David Batella, does anybody remember him from Barnsley? He was absolutely fantastic in the Championship. Lucas Mull we've already seen. We'll deal with our scouting meeting once more things come in. Nobody is offering anything for Will Grigg. He doesn't want to offer himself out, so I will do it for you, mate. Transfer listed. Let's see if we can get any biters at 1.1 million. Pete, I would absolutely love it if we won the league by Christmas. I think this is rich early vein form. We are going to start struggling a little bit more, I would imagine. Penaranda, if you missed last time's stream, he just didn't score in that game, but he's got 7 and 5. So if he runs into a vein of form where he's not exactly hitting the back of the net, we might start struggling. But I do think we should win this league pretty easily. Will Grigg, get out of my club. 500k. Let's see if we have any biters at that. It's his 10k per week. His clubs are not going to offer the money. Have any of you finished watching the Sunderland Till I Die Season 2? I just finished it last night. The Will Grigg episode just showed proper amateur hour. Paying 3 million, Wigan having our pants down well and truly. And now we are left to pick up the pieces with Sunderland right now. So Hull City away from home. They are Championship opposition. We'll pick our first choice and then make our swaps. I certainly hope he's the Esposito of Sunderland, Penaranda. Oh, he's injured, I didn't even notice. 3 to 7 days, that's fine. We'll bring on Kyle Lafferty up top. Lyndon Gooch will keep in the side to try and boost his match fitness, but George Dobson come out for Max Power. And Ballymumba could come out for Josh Scowen. Switch them round. Yeah, that looks better. Denver Hume can come out for Declan John. And McLaughlin come out for Luke O'Nine. And we'll pick the rest of the time without any restrictions. We don't need a goalkeeper, so I wouldn't mind making sure we've got our backup wing backs on. Denver Hume returns to the bench and we get into the game. Joe's a Preston fan. I didn't even know how were Preston doing. They were close to the playoffs, weren't they? Or were they in the playoffs? How were Preston doing in the league this season? So they were sitting in the playoffs. So what are you hoping for, Joe? Are they hoping to restart the season in the summer if it's a possibility? Or would you rather just expunge the whole season and then carry on next season as if nothing ever happened? So far, you're seeing the documentary. Yeah, it's depressing. It's depressing, isn't it? Sunderland are currently sitting outside the playoffs in League One in real life. So I don't even know whatever is for the best for the league season, really. Do we just continue on and just postpone next season? Samuelson coming down the left-hand side for Hull. Good challenge by Luke O'Nien. Max Power, can you get in there? No, you can't. George Honeyman, of course, our former man. Playing for Hull City now. Sold him for £400,000 in the summer. Wasn't my favourite deal. Honeyman with a corner. Batty, McDonald. We shouldn't be attacking. I should have changed that to counter. But Hull City take an early lead, 17 minutes in. Our board do expect us to get to the next round of the League Cup. But I don't think it's going to happen today. Away from home against a team in the league above us is always going to be difficult. McKenzie down the right-hand side. Willis does well, sort of. Samuelson, clearance by Flanagan. De Silva Lopez to Batty. Got the overlap from Elder on the left-hand side. He hasn't got many options in the box though, so he holds it up. The ball's played in. McLaughlin claims. Yeah, Joe. We'll have to wait and see what they decide to do. I just hope they decide quickly. Put an end to the speculation. Yeah, Sunderland in the Prem. Seems like a million years ago now. But maybe we'll be back there someday. Success wins us a penalty 23 minutes in. Who is the man to step up? It's going to be Max Power. Can he bury it? He certainly can. And we draw level 23 minutes in. His third goal of the season. He should start for us. But obviously with wanting to develop Ballymumba, it just means that he's going to have to be sacrificed this season. "25 minutes gone. Lyndon Gooch picks up the ball on the right-hand side. Is he going to whip it in? He finds Luke O'Nien overlapping. Lafferty's there. Kyle Lafferty. I'll tell you what. Northern Irish powerhouse, this man. First goal of the season for him. It's his first game, I think. Penaranda's played pretty much every single 90 minutes. And Luke O'Nien, it's his first game at right wing back, doing very well with the cross. And we go 2-1 up against championship opposition. But there is a highlight straight after the goal. We'll see if Hull City are going to bounce straight back or whether we might counter. You never know. Luke O'Nien wins the ball. We're definitely sitting a bit deeper than I would prefer. I might try and push the line a bit. Willis plays it out as Declan John. I forgot his name already. Declan John on the left-hand side. Working it well in the midfield. Got Lyndon Gooch making a nice run. Oh, he gets past his man. He whips it into Lafferty. It's cleared. Out to Max Power. Luke O'Nien again offering himself on that right-hand side. Come on, whip it in, son. Success is back post. There we are. Second goal of the season. 3-1 up. Fantastic stuff. Isaac hasn't had the best of starts, but hopefully now he'll start bombing on. Oh, I'd love to find Dragoslav Relovic. We've got... I'll show you my scouting setups, Pete. We've got... Because we can only scout in Europe right now due to the restrictions in the scouting range, I've got one scout permanently based in every single region in Europe. So Scandinavia, Eastern Europe, Southern Europe, Central Europe. And we're getting a new scout coming in to scout UK and Ireland. Hull come down the left-hand side. Play the ball in. Willis, poor clearance, and James Scott gets his first goal for Huddersfield, for Hull. And brings it back to only a 1-goal difference. Disappointing this by Willis. He's a decent player on Football Manager. But disappointing clearance. If he clears it here, we could probably win the ball. But Scott with a good finish. If we do get promoted this season, I think we're going to have... Declan John's going to get sent off. This is why you start Denver Hume, Sam. Oh, am I going to sacrifice a centre-back? I think it's got to be a centre-back. Willis can come off. We'll keep Flanagan. And we'll put Denver Hume at left back. We'll have wing back support. Going to have a couple of box-to-box midfielders. I think we'll keep pretty much everything else the same. We are going to go on counter. We're going to up our tempo and then passing directness. I think we'll have to drop our line slightly. We'll keep our higher line of engagement though. And we'll see if we can survive with 10 men. Full second half to go. Absolutely a road to 1k, Sam. Maybe we might hit it before 2021. You never know. Oh, we're laughing in this game as well. I mean, 3-2 up away from home's always a fantastic position to be in. Going down to 10 men though for the second 45, it's going to be very, very difficult for us to get anything out of this game. McKenzie coming down the right hand side, whips the ball in. Flanagan clears. Samuelson picks it up. De Silva Lopez, come on. Can we win the ball and strike at a counter? It doesn't look like it's going to happen. Elder to Samuelson. Clearance by 09. Lafferty can hold it up. Ah, Lafferty, come on, son. Should be holding that. Lyndon Gooch would have been your option on the right hand side. Ball's whipped in. Smith clears to Scott. Hits the post. 09 gets it clear. Wagging by a thread. We're only 3 minutes into the second half. Hello, Matty. How's it going? Oh, it's going to be a long, long second half. I think Hull are definitely going to throw the kitchen doors. They're still playing on a positive. I wouldn't be surprised if you see this change pretty quickly, maybe on the 70th minute. But we have ourselves a highlight, and maybe we are on the attack. Luke 09 plays it in. Success. I kind of get on the end of it. Tommy Smith keeps the ball alive. Denver Hume. Scowen. If he wants to switch the player, they've got so much space on this right-hand side. But Denver Hume, don't give the ball away though. We are so highly pressed. Oh, so highly pressed. McGuinness shoots. Right. Stop these boys. Being a little bit stupid. Standard pressing intensity. You just got offered the England job. You should take it all day long. Ah, Tom Eaves. 23 minutes to go. And he levels things up at 3-3. Stupid. Set piece goal though. There's nothing you can do about that. We had every man back bar Kyle Lafferty. Oh, it's not even Kyle. It is Kyle Lafferty. Oh. I'd take a draw. Go straight to penalties. Time is just ticking away. They've gone very attacking. But it's made no difference. So we're going to penalties. I think we just let the gods do it. Auto pick. Come on then. It's Max Powers going to be the first man to step up. Oh, he scores 1-0. There's always some beautiful regens. Once you get about 5-10 years into the game, the England squad's absolutely stacked. Scott. Oh, almost there. John McLaughlin nearly gets it through. Kyle Lafferty is the next man to step up. Come on, Kyle. Come on, son. He does it. He bangs it away. Oh, right. Mackenzie. Mackenzie is the next man to step up. John McLaughlin, can you do it for us? Oh, he's going straight down the middle. 2-2. Lyndon Gooch. Come on, Gooch. Sunderland Academy graduate. Steps up and he bangs it away. 3-2. Honeyman. Oh, come on, Honeyman. You know you support Sunderland. You're a Sunderland man. You're a Sunderland lad. And that's why he's a Sunderland lad. He's happy to throw the game. Isaac Success. You've scored a goal today. Don't let us down now. We score this. We're in a very commanding position. And he does bang it in down the middle of the goal. Who is going to be next to step up? Lewis Potter. He's going to take the slow walk up for Hull. One of the most frustrating things about Football Manager. I understand they're trying to build tension, but when you get crucial penalties every other penalty, it becomes annoying. Lewis Potter, he scores. So we scored this, we're through. It's easy. It's going to be Josh Scowen. Scowen steps up. He might be a bit peeved that he's been dropped for Ballymumba, like, but hopefully he can do the business for us and score this penalty. Ingram's in goal for Hull City. We're down to 10 men for the entirety of the second half. This will be a huge result. Scowen, he buries it. We've matched the board expectation now. We're through to the third round of the League Cup, celebrating like it's a final. But that's 2 championship oppositions now we've knocked out in the first and second round of the League Cup. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And Honeyman is the man who made it all possible. Thanks very much, George. 3 days till Peterborough. They're a big side in League One. We're going to have to be at our best if we want to beat them away from home. Peter, that's the plan, mate. As long as I don't get bored of Yo-Yo Man, which has shown absolutely no signs of happening, it will be a series I continue till FM21. Because we're changing clubs so often, and it's always different challenges, and it just plays to me what I enjoy about most, which is about FM, is transfers. That first season when you get newly promoted from the Championship, you get access to money you've never had before. You get access to players you've never had before, and it's just the most fun on Football Manager I think you can have, at least for me. The plan always was to actually do a lower league save, starting like the 9th, 10th tier or whatever was available in the custom databases. But I've watched them before from other content creators. And by the time they get to, I don't know, maybe the National League or League 2, I'm just ready for them to make the massive jumps. And sometimes it doesn't always happen, and if you get stuck in a league, I find it boring. I find it really, really boring. So yeah, Yo-Yo Man is for the long term. Chris Maguire, another injury. Is he prone? He's not prone. He's always injured in real life as well, to be honest. On and off. Just little injuries. Ballymumba again. Best player in training. I don't know what sort of potential cap Ballymumba has, but he should at least be good enough for the Championship, I would think. So I'm hoping if we do get promoted, he will develop enough in this season for us to be able to justifiably just chuck him in. As long as we've got strong players around him to be able to carry him, I really want to see how far we can take his development. Right, who's injured? Penaranda's still suffering, so we'll bring Kyle Lafferty to start. Lyndon Gooch is not having the greatest of times out there, so Semenyo's back from injury. Duncan Watmore's free. Semenyo's going to get the start, I think. I think everything else looks pretty okay. Maybe Smith can come out for Joe Lynch, maybe? Nah. We'll keep Smith in there. Again, though, with Chris Maguire's injury, we're without a backup left winger, which is always annoying. We'll bring Grant on the bench. We've got Watmore on the bench, who's likely to come on. We've got Scowen and Max Power, who could potentially come on. Luke O'Nine on the right-hand side. Declan John is, of course, suspended, so Denver Hume needs to stay out the rest of this game. I would prefer it if I had the backup wing backs on the bench, because it's always a position where they struggle for fitness. They come at us with a similar formation again, 5-2-1-2. They've just got the 2 strikers. Ivan Toney has always been an absolute nuisance in League One. He is very, very good for this level. Very, very good. 200k cost them. Boyd as well. I always recognised George Boyd for some reason. Where did he used to play? He's been all over the joint, so I'll have seen him at some point or another. Probably at Burnley, I think. But we'll get into the game. It's going to be a tough one against a promotion rival, Peterborough. I would take a draw if you would offer us it right now. We'll see how the first 5 or 10 minutes go. And then make changes based on that. I do like to start on attacking though for the first 5 minutes at least. Just in case you get that quick goal. Conor McLaughlin whips it in. Lafferty down to Mumba. Oh, success! There we have it. Isaac Success puts us 1-0 up. Ballymumba is credited with the assist. We will take it all day long. I was hoping he was going to be the one who bangs it into the back of the net, but it wasn't to be. Some good work by Semenyo on the right hand side. McLaughlin backing him up and Lafferty heading it down nicely. But when Penaranda's out, it looks like we can rely on Kyle Lafferty to be able to do the business for us, at least initially. Right then, 15 minutes gone. The boys are doing pretty well. We'll praise them. Jordan Willis is overwhelmed. He can't handle the praise. Denver Hume to Kyle Lafferty on the left-hand side. Get us a second goal. I would absolutely love it. George Dobson, switch the player. Ballymumba. Ah, not Bally. Please. Don't make me feel stupid for starting you every game. Flanagan does well to win the ball though. And Kyle Lafferty, he hasn't got the pace. Has he got the finishing? No, he doesn't. He absolutely does not. 30 minutes in. Nobody's really struggling. Denver and Kyle Lafferty are the weakest players in terms of conditioning right now. We don't have the backups for either of them. We'll bring on Will Grigg, see how he does. And there we have it for the first half. Peterborough 0, Sunderland 1. Oh, he's not really reacting to me, assistant. Maybe they'll react to me a little bit better. But I'm happy with how things are going. They are not really causing us too many problems. We're not causing them too many problems either though, which is always a concern. Smith brings it out of the defence, plays it to Denver Hume. We've got so much space on each wing. We need to start taking advantage. Isaac Success picks up the ball, tries to whip it in. He gets to it again, whips it in. Semenyo back post. Good save by Pim. Come on, boys. Let's demand some more from them. There we have it. We're going to take off Kyle Lafferty. We'll bring on Will Grigg. Not my favourite substitute, but, you know, it's got to be done. Another highlight now. Denver Hume to Will Grigg. He's played in. Semenyo. Not offside. Antoine Semenyo gets his starting spot on that right-hand side. And he makes use of it. Well done, lad. Second goal of the season. He's probably better than Lyndon Gooch so far from what I've seen of him. The only reason I would really like to start Lyndon Gooch is because he's an academy graduate. But Semenyo is not a bad player either on loan from Bristol City. Haven't really seen much of him in real life from Sunderland, but at least on Football Manager he looks pretty good. We are going to take off Isaac Success. We're going to bring on Duncan Watmore. Can't play that side whatsoever. We'll swap him with Semenyo though, who can play on that side. And do we try and keep Denver Hume fit. Just bring on Joe Lynch, our centre back, in at left wing back. It's a risk. It is a risk, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. Mumba with a corner. It's whipped in. Beavers managed to get a clear, but Flanagan keeps it alive. Flanagan to Mumba. Back to Flanagan. Somebody whip it in. I've just got a feeling I'm going to lose it. Do not let them counter. Dobson. Whip. Oh, George Dobson. What a finish, my son. He gets his first goal of the season. Not very well known for his long shooting ability. More known for his work rate and his defensive-minded tactics, but we don't care where the goals come from. An absolutely fantastic strike from about 20 yards. 3-0 away from home against a promotion rival. We should be laughing at this league, I think. I really think we should laugh at this league. Demand some more from them, see if they can do it. But with only 5 minutes to go, it looks like time is just ticking away. They went 4-4-2, very attacking. We don't need to make any changes. Peterborough 0, Sunderland 3. A fantastic result and a fantastic performance without our main man, Adalberto Peñaranda. You can't ask for more than that, can you? Right then. Ballymumba gets man of the match performance from the centre of midfield. I'm happy with that. Well done, my son. Keep his spirits high. We're playing Newcastle under 23s next. Not exactly a derby, but we'll have to count it as a derby. It's the closest we're going to get this season. Leeson.com trophy. It's no longer the checker trade. I think we'll play a rotated side in this one. We should be bleating our under 23 side, and even if we don't, I'm not really bothered. We do scoop Manager of the Month award. 6 wins in 6. Still 3 points clear. If you didn't see at the beginning of the save, it was looking like it was going to be a takeover, but it has collapsed. So at least at the moment, we are not getting a takeover. It's one of the nice things about starting a Sunderland save on FM20 is there's always the chance. Always a small chance that you might get took over by an absolute sugar daddy, which would make my job a hell of a lot easier. Jasper. Looks okay. A lot of these boys were just banking these scout reports for when we get promoted, to be quite honest with you. Did that scout ever join me? I don't even know if he joined. No, he didn't. Right, search for a scout. Even though we're getting contradictory information if one's even available. It was Tommy Miller who we approached. He must have signed a new contract with Spennymower. I'm so confused. Maybe the board stopped the deal, which is highly likely. And the reason I bend down is because I can't see my keyboard because of this stupid mic. No. We'll just continue on. It does say we've got 4 out of 4 scouts. But then on the other screen it says we've got a space. It would certainly be nice, Pete. I would take that all day. Stuart Donald is not the man with the finances, unfortunately. So who do you support, Pete? I'm interested. Who are you a fan of? It goes for anybody else watching as well. Who do you support in real life? Transfer deadline day. We will take part. We'll look to move on Elliot Embledon. I was thinking of maybe bringing him into the first team squad because we haven't really got a playmaker in the centre. But I just want to get him first team football, basically. 3.5 star potential. Might be good enough for the championship, might not be. Ali Mozturk. Unless a big offer comes in, maybe 400k, we might sell him. But we would need a replacement. We're playing 3 centre backs. Nobody's really interested in Elliot Embledon on loan, unfortunately. So he's going to have to sit in our under 23s. A Forest fan, eh? How were Forest doing this season? A Wolves save, Joe. They've got a fantastic squad on Football Manager, have Wolves. Plenty of potential in it as well. Patrick Catroni used to be one of my favourite strikers last year. I do like an Italian striker. McLaughlin's out with food poisoning, so he's probably going to miss the game against Newcastle. Do the board even care about the Leeson.com trophy? I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. And I would prefer it if they didn't, to be honest with you. We're playing a lot of games this year if they are. It's not important, so if we get beat, we get beat. I'm playing a fully rotated side. As much. Even though I've spoke about this before, obviously morale and form are highly important on Football Manager, so sometimes it's not so great to actually rotate as much as I'm about to do. Because if you get beat, it sort of ruins the whole... It ruins your morale going forward for the league games, which it does matter for. So sometimes I like to rotate, sometimes I don't. You're in 2033. Jesus. You've gone pretty far in that one then, Joe. 14 years. I think the furthest save I've gone in FM20, I think I'm about 7 years in. I had a network save going on for quite a while with a friend. We always manage in Italy. We always manage the same two clubs. I'm Sampdoria and he's Torino. Oh, we've got an error. What's this error? YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth stream as such videos. Viewers will experience buffering. How do I even fix that? I have absolutely no idea. Is it buffering for any of yous? I've got decent internet, so it shouldn't really be struggling at all. Will you just let us know if you're experiencing any issues, because YouTube's telling us you might be. But I don't know if that's true or not. Right then, so it looks like we are skipping frames. Should be a bit better now, hopefully. Oh, my upload is struggling, actually. You'll have to bear with me. I'm not... it's only my second stream in my entire life. I've got no idea what I'm doing. So I've got Streamlabs telling us my stream's fine, and I've got YouTube telling us my stream's not fine. We're just going to have to plough through. We'll plough through. Right then. Newcastle under 23s is today. It's working well on your end, Pete. That's fine. Champion. Right then, so we'll get into the Leeson.com trophy, the mighty. And we are facing Newcastle under 23s. Let's get our rotated squad in. Lee Burge in goal. Joe Lynch doesn't get many games. Ali Mozturk doesn't get very many games. And who's the fittest of our other centre-halves? We'll start Flanagan. On the right-hand side, we'll have to start Luke O'Nien, I think. And we'll start Declan John on the left. Josh Scowen and Max Power in the centre of midfield. Switch them two around. Happy days. Duncan Watmore can start on the right. Chris Maguire is of course injured. Isaac Success will start on the... Oh, what have I messed up here? There we are, there's our wingers in place. And we're not going to start Penaranda, we're going to start Will Grigg. The dreadful Will Grigg. No worries, George, see you shortly. Alright then, John McLaughlin doesn't need to be on the bench. We'll take Grant Ledbetter with us. And that is going to be the squad. Let's see how we get on against Newcastle's under-23s. Even with a rotated squad, we should probably be beating these lads. Anyone you recognise in this squad? There's absolutely nobody I recognise. Sorensen? No, he's not very good. So we should be beating them. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Just obviously, these boys haven't played much football as of yet for us, so we might end up coming a little bit unstuck. Oh, is this a first goal in the first minute? Duncan Watmore? It certainly is. Duncan Watmore gets his first goal of the season to put us 1-0 up 20 seconds into the match. Hopefully this is going to be an absolute masterclass in how to stuff an under-23 squad. Yeah, you got to take the small wins where you can take them. Watmore, well done, son. I wouldn't mind starting Watmore, but the fact that he's 25 with all that potential means he's pretty much done. Max Power plays in the free kick. Flanagan heads it down. Isaac Success gets his toe on the end of it. And 8 minutes in, we are now 2-0 up. Good stuff. Good stuff. Max Power again with a free kick in a pretty identical area. And Ali Mostur gets his head on this one. And Newcastle under 23s are sinking without a trace. Would you believe it? 11 minutes in. We'll get through this game as quickly as possible. I think I've overestimated the Newcastle under 23 squad, even with our rotated side. And there's Duncan Watmore getting himself another second goal of the game. 20 minutes in. Skip this. I go quite a lot with work, Pete. I work in social care, so I support one of the lads down at the match. So I get to probably, I don't know, maybe 2/3 of the games. Obviously, I work weekends, so if he's not going to the game, it means I'm not. Not always, though. Sometimes I get to go off my own back. Both of my uncles are season ticket holders, and one of them works away quite a lot. So he only maybe gets to 4 or 5 games a season, so his season ticket's up for grabs every other time he's not there. Before I started working in social care, I used to have a season ticket. But obviously, once it became clear that you weren't getting your weekends off anymore, it became pointless. It was just a waste of money for me. I'll tell you when my first season ticket was as well. I was a teenager, and it was the season Sunderland got relegated with 15 points in the Premier League. And I went to every single game bar one. And it was Fulham. Now, the Fulham game originally, it was played and I was there and I got snowed off and we were getting beat. The replay, I was playing football on a Sunday and got injured and I couldn't go to the match. That was the only game we won that entire league season at home. Yep. I witnessed a lot of crap that season. As Newcastle get one back through Elias Sorensen. So yeah, I'm not exactly a lucky omen when it comes to season tickets. Another highlight now, 20 minutes to go. We are still 4-1 up. The game is pretty much playing itself. We will look to get some boys off. We'll get Jordan Willis on at centre-back. Isaac Success can come off for Kyle Lafferty. Tom Flanagan can stay on. Max Power can stay on. Lyndon Gooch can come on for... Oh, I kind of tap him off. He's on a hat-trick, man. Conor McLaughlin can come on for Luke O'Nien. At right wing back. $15 to go in this one. Flanagan out to Declan John on the left hand side. He whips it in. Griggs there. Oh, he hits the post. Come on, Will. I know you're terrible in real life, but you could do better on Football Manager. John whips it in again. It's cleared. Flanagan's out there. Oh my days. Don't think I've seen a worse shot. Is that the Mick McCarthy tenure? I actually can't remember. It wasn't Mick McCarthy. Was it Mick McCarthy? I think it was. I think Kevin Ball took over for the last few games. I'll have to find out. Was it 05 or 06? Yeah, it was. It's been a while since I've went down this memory lane. I've tried to block it out as much as possible. No, I expected us to get beat most games. Yeah, it was Mick McCarthy until February, and then Kevin Ball after that, and Niall Quinn. That was the year we got bought out the season after, and brought in Roy Keane, and probably had the greatest season I've ever seen us have. At least to be a part of as a fan, it was definitely the best. So if you don't know about that season, Sunderland got relegated with one of the worst points total ever in Premier League history. I'd personally I've missed one game all season, and that was the game we won. So we got relegated. Niall Quinn and his consortium took over. Niall Quinn installed himself as manager in the Championship, and we got beat the first 5 games in the Championship. Every single game we got beat whilst he was manager. So he brought in Roy Keane. Roy Keane went on an absolute madness in the transfer window and went on an absolute madness in the league, and we ended up getting promoted after losing the first 5. It was the greatest season I've ever witnessed for Sunderland. Obviously we had the season where we finished 7th in the Premier League under Peter Reid, but that 06-07 season was something a bit special. Denver Hume doing well in training, nice to see. Yeah, we ended up finishing first with 88 points, losing the first 5 games. Team then when Keane took over. He obviously hasn't proved to be a great manager since then, but he definitely provided some of the best memories some, especially younger Sunderland fans, have had in their entire life. Because the past 10 years or so has been an absolute dreadful show. Even all the seasons we stayed in the Premier League, it just wasn't good, wasn't fun. Obviously, a team like Sunderland can expect to be in a relegation battle most seasons when they're in the top flight, even regardless. But there was never any period where we pushed on at all. Every single season it was making a loss in the transfer market, signing overpaid players who didn't really care. They definitely just saw the club as a hefty Premier League wage bill. And we're still recovering from it now. And probably will for a long time. Obviously, Ellis Short wiped a lot of the debts out when we did get relegated to League One and Stuart Donald bought the club, which is obviously a great thing for him. He's lost a lot of money owning Sunderland, but ultimately he was the man at the helm during them turbulent years. So when Stuart Donald came in, he had to make some massive changes to the way the club operated. We were spending something like £30 odd million per year on player wages, and we were in League One, aiming to bring in maybe 15 to 18 million per year of income. So I don't think you can underestimate, not this season, but the season just gone, how much we had to reinvent ourselves in every single way. Right then, back onto the save then. Accrington away from home. We go with our first choice lineup. It looks pretty fit. Of course, Denver Hume and Ballymumba coming in as our main options, with the Lyndon Gooch on the right hand side. I do want Semenyo on the bench, and I want Duncan Watmore on the bench as well, if it wants to work. I do want John on the bench, so we'll take off Kyle Lafferty. Got Luke O'Neill, Max. That's absolutely fine by me. Let's get into the game. Accrington Stanley away from home. Can we make it 7 wins out of 7? We've got Adalberto Penaranda returning from injury, so that should be good. See if he can get any more goals for League One. Oh yeah, you're absolutely right, Pete. We were playing... Jack Rodwell was the only player in our squad without a relegation wage drop. So when we got relegated to the Championship, he was very much one of our highest earners in the Premier League. And very much one of our highest earners in the Championship. Thankfully, we managed to get rid eventually, but he bled this club dry and never played. You know what? People wouldn't have minded so much if he'd played. And he was playing, at least showing some willingness to play as well. Because obviously we had high earners like Lee Cattermole. He wasn't getting half the vitriol Jack Rodwell was, because he was playing, even though he was still one of the high earners. But Jack Rodwell was on another scale of high earner for a Championship or a League One club. And I don't know if you have seen the first season of Sunderland Till I Die, but he's just a snake, man. Absolute snake. And that first half was absolutely dreadful. The boys not doing very well against Accrington. I didn't even see what kind of system they were playing. They're playing on the counter. Don't really want to go attacking whilst they're doing that. Finley with a corner for Accrington. Tommy Smith gets it clear. Pritchard keeps the ball alive. Hughes, do not give away a penalty. I've seen this situation too many times. We dispossess. They do retain possession. Hughes picks it up in the centre. Connolly, Zanzala, Finley switches the play to Clark on the right hand side. Please get the block in. Johnson, it's a good possession. John McLaughlin. It's the second time he's done that. Alright, I want to change system a little bit. Slightly shorter. Yeah, we'll go slightly shorter. Maybe look to lower the tempo as well. We're going 1-0 down with only 40 minutes remaining. Isn't ideal. John McLaughlin should do far better with that goal. Success is not having a good game. Finley with a free kick. Zanzala picks it up. Can we counter at all? Win this ball, Flanagan. Comes to Zanzala. Willis gets it clear. Penaranda could bring it away though down this left hand side. We need to push forward. He gets dispossessed. That's nice to see, Pete. Obviously, if you're aren't aware, YouTube partner program can activate at 1,000 subscribers. So we're halfway there and we're creeping up. We'll bring on Josh Scowen for Ballymumba. He's not having the greatest game. Penaranda will not taking off. No chance. Semenyo can move on to that left hand side for Isaac's success. We're going to go attacking. We're going to pump the tempo a little bit more. Try and get back into this game. It's not happening. Alright. Josh Scowen. You want to be a Metzaler on attack, mate. Get doing your job. Denver Hume and Colin McLaughlin are also going to go on attack duty. Try and overload them on the wings. And we have ourselves a highlight. McLaughlin, Lyndon Gooch. Come on, lads. We need this goal. Give it to Penaranda. He'll score. Denver Hume. Denver Hume's never likely to score. We might take him off, actually. Declan John is a far better attacking left back. Going to go very attacking for the final 5. Really pump it. Stop passing into space. Shoot on sight. Come on, boys. It looks like we're going to fall to our first league defeat of the season. No, not Accrington Stanley. There we have it. Accrington Stanley 1, Sunderland 0. Not a game we deserve to win by any stretch, but we shouldn't be getting beat there. Hello, Jake. Yes, I've seen both series on Netflix. I finished watching the second series last night. Some of it was absolutely cringeworthy. Particularly the Will Grigg episode. You had everyone and his man telling Stuart Donald not to sign Will Grigg for the amount of money he was offering Wigan. And yet he continued. We went from like £1.5 million to £3 million offer to get the deal done. And as history has shown, it hasn't exactly proved wise. He would have been lauded as a hero if we'd got promoted, mind, and Will Grigg was banging them in. But it didn't quite work out that way, unfortunately. So have you watched it, Jake? What did you think of Charlie Methven, our director who was basically a PR man? Seemed to clash quite a lot with the staff. Oh, they're reducing our coaching staff for numbers. I hate it when clubs do this, because I always want to increase them. And obviously once they decrease them, the next time I ask for an increase, it's just going to go back to what it was before. Yeah, Pete, very attacking is pretty useless. It's more, I would feel we've got more of a chance of scoring going defensive. Just trying to draw the other team out, but Accrington were already doing that. They're already sitting back, so would have been no good. I'll have to highlight it next time I score on very attacking, because it doesn't happen very often. Right then, who have we got next? We've got Rotherham today at home. They are currently sitting in 11th place in the league. And there is the League One table. Level on points with Bristol Rovers, but we do have a game in hand. Portsmouth are 2 points behind us, haven't played the same amount of games. We really, really need to get back to winning ways. And we need to get Penaranda scoring as well. Tommy Smith's not having the greatest time in terms of fitness, so we'll get Joe Lynch on. Denver Hume can come out for Declan John. Come on, Bally, I'm going to keep you in there. Lyndon Gooch can come out. We'll bring on Semenyo for that right-hand side. The bench pretty much picks itself at this point. Luke O'Nien I would like to bring in, but he's currently a little bit injured, so we'll bring on Lyndon Gooch. We'll take him with us, see if he can be useful off the bench. And we'll come up against a defensive... We're going to have to get used to playing against defensive teams. We do seem to struggle against it though, which is not a surprise. We'll stay attacking for the first 15 and see how the game is going. Maybe have to make changes from that point. And we're going to get a red card straight away, aren't we? Flanagan, did you go in two-footed, mate? Did you seriously go in two-footed? He did. Red card. Down to 10 men. Ugh. Right. Go 4 at the back. We're going to have Dobson. Defensive ball winning midfielder. We'll keep Ballymumba in the same. We're just going to go to her balanced team mentality and try and draw them out a little bit. But this isn't good. Semenyo picks up a knock as well. What is it? Potential foot injury. Not worth the risk. We'll get him off. We'll bring on Lyndon Gooch. Dobson picks it up in the centre to Mumba. We need a goal. We need to force Rotherham to come at us. Ballymumba switches the play to Semenyo. The change hasn't happened yet. Oh, I thought it was going to be a penalty. He gets the ball again. And Antoine Semenyo, before he gets took off the pitch, puts us 1-0 up 20 minutes in. Absolutely fantastic. I don't even know what happened. Quick, we'll get a director. Semenyo, he misses his strike. The defenders completely mess it up and then Semenyo just passes it in. Fantastic. We will proceed with the tactical change though. Get Semenyo off. We'll keep an eye on what Rotherham are doing after this. They're still sitting defensive. Yeah, Jake. Was the first season we've broke even in a very long time. Very, very long time. Ellis Short ended up covering for a lot of losses as Penaranda goes close. He pumped a lot of money into the club, particularly in the earlier days, to make transfers happen and stuff. Just never worked. Never worked for us. And Will Grigg definitely is going to go down as a terrible bit of business. The most expensive player in League One history. And I think it's by a comfortable margin as well. And I think he scored 5 goals for us in real life. All in. Or 6. In a year and a bit. Ever since Josh Madger left the club, we've never found a striker who's been competent and capable and consistent in League One. Maybe Kyle Lafferty was going to be the man, but obviously that's been brought to a halt pretty quickly. As Rotherham come forward now down the right hand side. We've obviously one man down, so we need to be careful. It comes to Dobson, who clears. Successor, you're going to get there first? He's not. Barlasar is... Oh my god, who's number 4? Oh, Willis. You absolute liability. We need to see this in 3D. I want to see what he's just done to make that happen. So Barlasar to Thompson. Ball's played over the top. Oh, Jesus Christ, mate. Even if he just didn't come forward, we would have been fine. 1-1. Half an hour remaining. Do we go for it? I don't think we can afford to. Rotherham are coming more and more into the game. If we survive this highlight, I might have to go on the counter. Yep, I'm going to go cautious. They have went cautious, so they have upped their game a little bit. I want a draw now, I'll take it. Highlight, Gooch with a corner. Success to Dobson. Come on, get us another goal. Lyndon Gooch out to George Dobson. Plays it in, Penaranda. Oh, Penaranda. It's been so long since you've scored. With only 15 minutes to go. Ballymumba can come off. We'll bring on Max Power. We'll keep him in the role playmaker role. We could bring on Josh Scowen in the centre of midfield. He can play as a ball-winning midfielder as well. If anything, we've just upgraded our 2 central midfielder partners, so they're remaining cautious. Doesn't look like they're going to go for this. I'm not going to go for this. I will take a draw being down to 10 men for... Oh, no. No. Oh, John McLaughlin. 2 defeats in a row. Oh, man. Tom Flanagan's... Was it Flanagan? I think it was Flanagan. Absolutely screwed us in this game. And John McLaughlin, I thought he was going to be a great goalkeeper for this level. He has made numerous mistakes. Come on, get the goal. Max Power. Penaranda. Oh, he's hit the bar. Lyndon Gooch. Come on. Max Power. Oh, Jesus. It's not happening. It's not happening. And we fall to a 90th minute loss. We dominated the game as well, going by the match stats. We had 2 clear-cut chances, 2 half chances. They only had 2 half chances. And we've only scored 1 goal. Not good enough, lads, even with 10 men. We lose our top spot to Bristol Rovers and Lincoln. Portsmouth did drop points though, so we could still go top of the league with a win in our next game. But Flanagan absolutely screwed us there. Got Bolton away in 3 days. Of course, Bolton this season went into administration, had to sign a whole load of players, so they're currently sitting bottom with -7 points. They would still be in the bottom 3 because they've only on 5 points for the season. Let's see if we can get a win away from home. We've started the season superbly. 2 defeats in the last 2 though. Does leave me a little bit edgy. Right then, let's continue on. 2 days to go. Penaranda started the season with 7 goals in 4 games. Now I think he's on 8 goals in 8 games. So he needs to start stepping it up a bit more. We'll rely on him pretty heavily to bag us the goals and get us the wins. But Bolton should, of course, be a win, regardless whether we're at home or away. We've drew Watford Premier League opposition in the League Cup third round as well, which isn't ideal. We've already faced 2 Championship teams in the previous 2 rounds. Ballymumba continues to be the best trainer at the club. I'm hoping his personality changes due to the mentoring. So he's in with Duncan Watmore, who's fairly professional, which is good. Fairly professional is a lot better than balanced. Right. Come on. Let's get the win. Let's see how our boys are finding things. In terms of our first choice. Are they all fit? Well, Flanagan's suspended, obviously. So Joe Lynch will have to come in for him. Conor McLaughlin's not doing the best, so if Luke O'Nine's fit, we're going to start him. Ballymumba can probably do with sitting this one out. We'll get Max Power in there. He can play in a Roman playmaker role. He prefers box to box, but he can do that. Lyndon Gooch isn't starting either. If Semenyo didn't pick up too heavy of a knock, he can start again. Isaac Success. I need Chris Maguire desperately. We're going to start him. Lee Burge can come out. I would like Declan John on the bench. Do I start Scowen over Dobson? I think I do. Change our front 2 in the middle 2 in the midfield. See if that can make any bits of difference. So, pretty similar. 4-1-2-3. Daryl Murphy, Sunderland former man. Yeah, we brought him to England for £100,000 all them years ago. Sold him to Celtic in the end. Ever since I've started creating content, Pete, not really. I used to watch the 2 main guys. I used to go in and out for a lot of the main guys, really, but the 2 main ones I was stuck with were Dr. Benji and Second Yellow Card. Obviously, Jack produced good videos as well, but I just preferred Second Yellow Cards and Dr. Benji's sort of style. Benji for the entertainment. Second Yellow Card, I think, was really good at the game in general. Penoranda comes forward down the right hand side and clears. But now that I play a Football Manager and create content so much that I've sort of sickened myself from the viewing side of things. I have been half keeping in tabs with Dr. Benji's Glory Hunter save. Obviously he's at Inter Milan now. Because I think he's just hilarious, some of the bits he does on YouTube. He's completely different kind of YouTuber. Football Manager YouTuber compared to any of the rest of them. As we go 1-0 down against Bolton, 12 minutes in. I don't want to watch the replay. We're not keeping possession very well. We're going to go down to a balanced team mentality and make changes from this point. Chris Maguire picks up the ball on the left hand side. Whips the ball in. Penoranda. Oh, Penoranda. Come on. Highlight now, Daryl Murphy. 20 minutes in. Plays out to Emmanuel. Oh my god, don't do this to me. 2-0. McLaughlin saves. We might need to change some things here with a tactic. It's not... although I know we started well, we did ride our luck in some of them games. And we relied on Penoranda heavily, which is not working out so well for us at the moment. That's a problem when you rely on a striker so much. If they don't continue that rich vein of form, then it becomes very difficult to get your other players scoring, basically, because you haven't had to. We are doing something a little bit different with Sunderland than I do with most teams, trying to really focus on the wing player, which is not something I've done that often in Football Manager at all, to be quite honest with you. I always find it much more successful going through the centre, so I might make that change as we get a highlight. Max Power nips in. Can you set someone your way? We've got the man on the left hand side. Penaranda picks it up though. Gets past his man. He's in behind. He's 1-on-1 with the keeper. He should be burying that. He should be burying that. Ugh. We are going to make that change as well. We're going to underlap on the right and left and see if that makes any difference. Power whips the ball in. Claimed by the keeper. Aye, the boys, Penaranda in particular, not having a good game. My coaches actually think he's a good Premier League player. And he's playing for us in League One. But there goes the first half. We need a much bigger second half from the lads. We need to get out of this losing vein of form. And we get a highlight straight from kickoff, which is nice to see. We are going to go back to an attacking team mentality as well. Josh Scowen wins the ball. Penaranda gets past his man. Ugh, Penaranda, man. Come on. We're going to push the lines as well. Put a bit more pressure on Bolton when they've got the ball. Because they are still retaining a lot of the possession. I don't want to take him off because he is such a game changer, Penaranda, but he's on a 6.2 right now. Looks like Bolton have... I think Bolton like us when we're on attacking team mentality, to be honest. We had Dordu gets a strike in on goal. Easy save for John McLaughlin. Oh, they're down to 10 men. They are down to 10 men. Oh, no, they're not. I'm completely lying. It's a free kick. Chris Maguire. Easy save by the keeper. That was some good whip on it, but it was a good save. Corner for us. Max Power is the man. Can somebody get the head on it? Falls to Lynch. Come on, Joel. Can we do something special from the back? Willis, you owe me after getting sent off. It wasn't even Willis, man. It was Flanagan. Oh, they are absolutely knackered as well. 20 minutes to go. We're going to bring on 3 fresh faces. Luke O'Neill can come off Conor McLaughlin. Penaranda's coming off for Isaac's success. And Kyle Lafferty's coming on the left-hand side. Come on. I'm banking on your success. I've put you up top. I've took off the main man. Let's see if I can do it. McLaughlin. Semenyo. Whip the ball in. It's there. Lafferty's there. Oh, Lafferty. Come on. We are going to lower the tempo just a tad. Oh, lads. I don't think it's going to happen. It's going to be our 3rd defeat on the bounce. Denver Hume, though, wins the ball on the left. Gets dispossessed, but he keeps possession. Isaac to Lafferty. To Scowen. Oh, he's hit the post. Matthews saves. Oh, man. Oh, Jesus. Push forward. Very attacking. 3 defeats in a row. 3 defeats in a row. Right. Tactic needs work. Obviously. Right. We are going to start underlapping. So we'll go more possession based. Well, we're not the best passing side. That's a problem. 4 days for Watford. We'll rest the boys. And we move on. Not ideal. Not ideal. I'm hoping the board aren't getting twitchy. Could very well be sacked in this save. The board are expecting us to win the league. Where are we club vision wise? Promotion by winning the league. The board are pleased that we're currently on place to get the playoffs. They're expecting the team's form to improve. Oof. Watford and MK Dons coming up next. Watford are in the League Cup 3rd round. We really need a win. Oh God, they're telling us to hold team meetings as well. It's never a good sign. Tell you what, lads, I'll be back in just a second. I'm just nipping to the loo. See you shortly. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Is this coming through at all? Yeah, it is. Right then, back to it. Being Sunderland manager isn't a fun job, but somebody's got to do it. Alright. Once you're in a losing streak on Football Manager, it's very difficult to get out of it. If any of you play and notice that. Highly difficult. Because the issue is, morale goes down. If you look at the dynamic screen, team cohesion goes down, dressing room atmosphere goes down, and suddenly your players are playing maybe 75% of their attributes, if you're lucky. So winning really is just the best way to win in Football Manager. The more you win, the more you'll win. Right then, Watford away at home, Premier League opposition. Not expecting big things in this game. We've also changed the tactics slightly as well. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. I think unfortunately for us, Ballymumba, as good as he has been, I've got to continue playing him, haven't I? Would you continue playing Ballymumba with the sort of form we are currently in? Because our other centre midfield options are just better. But at the same time, oh God, we're without success and Penaranda. That's it. Could be something as simple as that, Pete. Something as simple as that. I've always got the systems that I've developed over the yo-yo man save I can revert back to if we're really starting to struggle. Because I know they're effective. It's just I'd rather we'll make use of our good centre-back options, really. And having 6 good centre-backs means you've sort of got up here 3 of them. Especially in League 1. But I might import that tactic from Huddersfield as we give the ball away. That's exactly what we need to do against Premier League. Delafio whips the ball in, Welbeck. This is going to be embarrassing. 20 seconds in. Danny Welbeck, of course, former Sunderland man himself. Had a great season with us on loan from Manchester United. Then, of course, made himself a first-team regular for them before leaving to join Arsenal. Unfortunately for him, his injury problems have meant he's now at Watford, 28 years old. Still managed to get 48 caps for England, mind. So Chris Maguire goes close there. How are you, bunch of fannies? Pressured. Just crack on with yous. Maguire with a free kick. 26 minutes gone. Flanagan. 2 good opportunities for us already. Half an hour in. Doesn't look like Watford are dominating us whatsoever, which is great to see. The first team that they've put out looks pretty strong as well. João Pedro is an absolutely fantastic striker, by the way, at 17. If you're looking for wonder kids, he's one of them. And there we have it, first half. Sunderland 0, Watford 1. We'll G the boys up, get them back out there. See if they can turn things around in this second half. If we were to get knocked out at this stage of the cup, I wouldn't be that bothered, to be quite honest with you. 30 minutes to go. Maguire can come off for Semenyo. Luke O'Neill can come on for Colin McLaughlin. Look to keep our boys fit and healthy. We'll leave that for now. And with 15 minutes to go, maybe we should start to go for this a little bit. Try and get one goal and pinch something. We'll bring on Max Power for Ballymumba. See if he can make the difference. Oh, we have ourselves a highlight. 7 minutes to go. The second half has been completely dull. But João Pedro is the man who's going to lead the attack for Watford. Max Power, come on. Close him down. Welbeck receives the ball on the left-hand side from Chalobah. If we can win it and counter, this would be great. But Welbeck gets past 09. João Pedro goes wide. 5 minutes to go. Push forward, lads. Push forward. No. We're out the League Cup. 4th defeat on the bounce. Premier League opposition, you can't really complain about it, but a little bit nervous. We are going to set up a second tactic. It is going to be this one. Inverted winger on this side. Advance forward. Advanced playmaker. The issue we've got is we haven't got that many good attacking midfielders, really. These boys can attack. No problem at all. Centre back, centre back. Yeah. So we underlap. Pass into space. We go attacking from the start. We'll go with a higher tempo, shorter passing style. Counter press, counter. Distribute the fullbacks. And then much higher line and higher line. Right. That could be an option. If we need it during a match. We'll test it out. If we're not beating MK Dons by the first half, we'll change formation. We'll play that formation in the second half. See if it is more suitable for our lads. It's not something I do often have 2 tactics training at the same time. I like to stick with the same one and just alter it throughout the season or in the match, as you have probably seen. But we haven't got a lot of time to mess about at Sunderland, unfortunately. We need to win the league. They would probably let me off if I finished second. I was come close to win the league, though. Ballymumba again. Best trainer at the club by a long, long distance. Oh, I'll go asymmetric when I need to. You'll see in the Huddersfield save, Pete, things get a little bit different. A number of times. Right, Sunderland, come on then. Ballymumba is going to be dropped for this game. He is. Our boys are struggling for fitness. Denver Hume can start at left wing back. But other than that, we're going to stick with this. This is probably our strongest first 11 on paper. Ballymumba's on the bench, though. We can get him on. Chris Maguire we need on the bench. We don't need 2 strikers, so we'll bring on Duncan Watmore for Will Grigg. And we'll see how we get on against MK Dons at home. They come at us with the exact same formation. Let's see how the mirror treats us. Today's the day, boys. Assertively tell them they must win. And passionately tell them you have faith. Is there anything else to do? We're going to go balanced from the start. We'll match them toe for toe. We should have the better players. Whether we've got the confidence or not, that was another matter. 20 minutes gone straight away and we have ourselves our first highlight. John McLaughlin. We don't win the ball. Are we going to win the ball back? It looks like we are. Denver Hume picks it up in the left back spot. George Dobson. What are you doing with it, mate? Max power. Switch it to the right hand side. Semenyo's in acres of space. He's got the overlap with McLaughlin. Or is it Luke O'Nien? I can't remember who's starting. George Dobson to Max Power. On the left. We've got the option on the left for Denver Hume. Is he going to whip it in? He is. Penaranda's there. Penaranda. Dear me. He needs dropping. But he's so good. The Huddersfield. I'm all over the place with Huddersfield, Pete. All over the place. Right then, 33 minutes gone. It's MK Dons on the attack with Morris. McLaughlin with a good save. Game is not going our way just yet. I think we're going to see the different tactic coming in. This does not look good right now. Tell you what, why wait? Why wait for half time? It looks like they're going to score at the minute. So we'll go to number 2. Dobson can go defensive midfield. Max Power can go there. Semenyo kind of playing behind. There they are. They've scored. Carlton Morris has scored. By the way, lads, you're not going to get to see it. Joel Lynch can come off. We'll bring on Chris Maguire in behind the striker. He's the goal here. 1-0 down. 35 minutes gone. Brittain down the right hand side. Plays it in. Morris with a great header at the back post. Get her off me screen. We'll come in with the asymmetric D mid. Can it make the difference? 45 minutes to go in this match. We really need a win. We're at home against MK. Does Penaranda prefer a man playing in behind him? Chris Maguire with a corner. Success is there. Isaac success levels things up. 1 minute into the second half, lads. We need a win. I want a cruise to this win. We'll see it in 3D. Maguire's the man with the corner. He's come on. Success backtracks on it and gets the goal. I'll skip the rest of that highlight. We just need Penaranda to start scoring. That's the only thing. We're holding quite a lot of possession, not really creating too many chances. Come on, lads. Don't do this to me. Oh. No, we'll stick with it. We'll stick with it. 20 minutes to go. Tommy Smith can stay on. We'll bring on Ballymumba in defensive midfield. And we'll bring on Big Dunk on the right hand side for Antoine Semenyo. Come on, boys. 15 minutes to go. We have ourselves a highlight. Isaac Success picks it up. Coming in off the left hand side. Penaranda. Come on, son. We know you've got the finishing. He goes for it. Nichols with a good save. Ooh. Corner. Maguire's the man to take it. Is it going to be leading to anything? Hume. Oh, Willis. Give it to Maguire. Give it to Chris. Oh, he's losing the ball. Can we win this? Mumba does. Is this even a highlight? No, it's not. Alright. Very attacking, lads. Last 10 minutes. We need the 3 points to 1 point's no good to me. Denver Hume to Chris Maguire on the left-hand side. Plays it back to Tommy Smith in a bit of a strange choice. Ballymumba switches the play to Duncan Watmore. He's got the overlap from Conor McLaughlin on the right. He whips the ball in. Penaranda. Ah, it's cleared. Ballymumba can keep it alive though. Do not lose the ball right now. Willis. Go all the way back to the keeper, man. Jesus. 6 minutes to go in the match. We really need a win. At home to MK Dons, we should be winning. Isaac Success. Got the overlap from Denver Hume on the left if he wants it. He cuts inside. He's going all the way to the right hand side. Gets dispossessed. Watmore picks it up. McLaughlin. Don't lose the ball. Played inside. There's Watmore. And again. Just give it away. Oh, Penaranda. Maguire. Somebody. Oh, Chris Maguire shoots and he scores. Sunderland 2, MK Dons 1. This shouldn't be this stressful, but it is. I thought they were going to counter at this point, but they give the ball away. Penaranda shot is blocked, but Maguire from the edge of the box, left-footed as well. Top bins. Fantastic strike. 3 points. Hopefully coming our way. Only 5 minutes remaining. Can we please hold on for the rest of this game? Time is ticking away. 3 minutes left. Hold out. And there we have it. Sunderland 2, MK Dons 1. We will take that to the bank, and I think the tactics changing, boys. I know it's a bit boring, but tell you what, it done the trick in the second half, didn't it? Chris Maguire comes on. I know, very attacking work there, Pete. Just about. Just about. We've got Burton at home in 4 days. Burton, of course, had a very good season. The last season. I'm not even sure how well they're doing this season. Chris Maguire could be the man to unlock the attacking potential of this side. Hopefully. The amount of games you play in League One is just ridiculous. So every 3 days you've got a match, and it's difficult to keep your players fit, especially your starting players who you want to be playing every single game. All right then, let's continue on. 3 days to go. Burton Albion currently sitting 17th on the game. Let's have a look at the league table now, see how things are looking. 4 points behind Bristol Rovers sitting top. 2 points behind Pompey as well. Nobody's really running away with it at the moment, which is good to see. We need to keep up with the chasing pack at the very least, just to maintain our position in the job. But we're getting through it. We're getting through this season well. Right, what's happening? What's happening here? Bailey Wright slowly returning. 3 weeks still to go. Probably our best centre-half there. If he can return and keep himself fit and get his attributes back to where they were at the start of the save, that will be ideal. We've obviously got a lot of good centre-halves now that are not going to be playing football, so we might end up seeing what we can get in the January transfer window for them. Ali Mozturk was wanted during the summer transfer window, so you would hope that Doncaster or whoever it was will still be interested. Financially, how are we looking? Are we losing money every month? We certainly are. So we've already lost 45 grand this month. We're only 2 days into it. Our projected finances come the end of the season. Not looking great. Minus 3 million. Considering we're currently sitting on a £13 million balance, that's not ideal. So if we can get far in the cup competitions, maybe it is for the best, just to help our financial situation. But we know how to work our way through a bad financial situation. So I'm not too concerned about it. Right then, so Burton Albion. What's our assistant manager saying is our best first 11? Scowen in the middle. George Dobson sitting in that defensive midfield role. The only problem with this sort of system is Ballymumba's not going to get as much game time. I'll look to bring him off the bench as much as possible. Again, we don't need 2 strikers, so Will Gray can drop out of the squad for today. We'll bring Duncan Watmore with us, and we'll see how our boys get on. Let's see if the tactic is going to work or not. Burton Albion are the team we face. Again, at home, so we should theoretically have the advantage. But as we've seen in the past 4 or 5 games or so, it doesn't always work that way. They're coming at us with a 4-5-1. Overloading the midfield. They get the first highlight of the game 11 minutes in. The ball's played in. Willis clears. Dunn keeps it alive. Murphy. Dunn again. Please. Don't. Or we're going to counter. Josh Scowen picks up the ball. Drives forward down the left hand side. He's only got Penaranda in support. What's he going to do with it? He holds it up a little bit. Plays it out to Denver. Hume. Whips the ball in. Penaranda. Oh, Penaranda, please. My Jesus. What is he doing? He hasn't scored in 5 League One games, Penaranda. I'm going to have a word with him after this game if he doesn't score. See if we can find his goal scoring boots somewhere. Semenyo to Dobson. To Conor McLaughlin overlapping on the right hand side. They have got so many bodies behind the ball, though it's going to be difficult to actually break them down. Dobson and McLaughlin. Can we whip the ball in? Penaranda! There we are. I knew he'd score eventually. I knew he would. Adalberto Penaranda gets his 9th goal of the season. I had faith. I wasn't worried. But here we are. We'll see it in 3D. As long as the computer can handle it. McLaughlin whipping the ball in. Doing all sorts of dance around the defender. Keeper should definitely do better with that one, but we don't care. I wouldn't mind thrashing these. Just to up my own confidence. Never mind the boys. Dunn picks up the ball to Powell. Edwards. Keeping the ball pretty well between the defence and midfield. But if you can see the gap here. Absolutely huge. They've got nobody sitting in that hole. They are going to be heavily reliant on the wings. Which leads me to think I should probably put our wing backs on support rather than attack Atkins. Let's make that change, shall we? Supporting wing backs rather than attacking. Oh, I've cancelled it. Oops. We'll see what our assistant manager's saying about opposition instructions. He's not doing the right thing, so we will. I'm not bothered about the defenders, what am I doing? The midfielders though, the left mid and right mid, I want them getting closed down quick. I want them to get pressed, I want them to tackle hard. I will show them on the weaker foot as well. I want to nullify that threat because that's imagine where I think it's going to come from. So let's try and proactively stop that before we concede. Demand more from the boys. 30 minutes in. Hasn't been the greatest game of football by ourselves, but I don't really care about the performance. I just want the 3 points. Denver Hume supporting Isaac's success on that left-hand side. Looks like they're pressing quite a lot. As we can see here, Broadhead. Defensive mistake after defensive mistake. Nathan Broadhead equals things up 34 minutes in. We've got the best centre-backs in the league, you know. Best centre-backs in the league. Tommy Smith's our best centre-back at the club. Aye. I'm not asking him to be a ball-playing defender. Another highlight now, 39 minutes in. Goal blocked by Duncan Watmore and Penaranda. Is it even Watmore? Semenyo, man. Penaranda can come down the right hand side. Gets challenged by Dunn. Murphy back to O'Hara. Oh, Broadhead causing us all sorts of problems. He's dragged the centre half out. We're all over the place. John McLaughlin with a good save. This is a little bit ridiculous. We need to show on his weaker foot. I didn't even want to press or tightly mark him, to be honest. It's one of them things where he's sort of doing our defence for pace. Willis manages to get the corner clear. We're going to go back to balanced. Corner for us, Maguire. Come on, son. Penaranda. Ah, easy save for the goalkeeper in the end. Match stats are not looking too hot for the second half, but we're just going to kick off for it. We can't judge the boys too quickly, obviously. They're not used to this tactic at all. Maguire. Semenyo. Oh, goes straight through the other end to George Dobson. Comes to Isaac's success. Just wide of the bar. Wingers are not having a good game right now. Neither of them. Let's lower the tempo a bit. Let's try and control this ball. Let's try and work it into the box as well. Maguire with a free kick. Goalkeeper claims that'll not be the highlight. Hopefully something more will come out of this. 67 minutes gone. Do not... Oh my god, Broadhead is out causing us all sorts of problems. Denver Hume is the man who's going to get it clear though. Is he like a god or something? He's not even a god. 15 minutes to go. Changes are afoot. Semenyo on the right hand side. We can bring on Lyndon Gooch. I think we will. Josh Scowen can come off. We're going to bring on Bally Mumba. And what we're going to do with Bally, we're going to have him as a Roman playmaker, and Chris Maguire is going to be an attacking midfielder. Try and support Penaranda a little bit more. And with that change, what we're going to do is we're going to get Maguire there, we're going to get Penaranda there, have a playmaker there. See how far we can get with that. And go attacking. Final 10. Highlight. Conor McLaughlin on the right hand side. Dobson gets cleared though. Broadhead again. Causing me so many problems. Willis can't get the challenge in. Honest to God, why is he so good? Murphy, do not score. O'Toole goes wide. He goes wide. Another highlight now. Wallace coming forward for Burton Albion. They're catching us on the counter every single time. Gets into the box. Murphy's there. Shots blocked. Wallace. Broadhead. Oh, save Denver Hume. Right, we're not in this. We're not in this game at all. We're going cautious. I'm saying out for the rest. I want a point. 2 minutes to go. Can we hang on or can we get the winner? Lyndon Gooch comes on the inside. Gets to the edge of the box. Lyndon Gooch shoots over. 1 minute to go. Can we save the 3 points? Isaac Success gets in. He gets there. Come on, Isaac. Come on, Isaac. Oh, he gets tucked down. It's going to be a red card probably. Or is the free kick going to actually mean something with 50 seconds remaining on the clock? Maguire is the man stepping over it. Come on, Chris. You know what to do. He plays it in. Tommy Smith's back post. It's a bar. It's a bar. Corner. Lyndon Gooch. Come on. Just score this one. For me. Secretly. Willis. Oh, God. Sunderland 1, Burton 1. A poor performance. Asymmetric on steroids, you're right, Pete. Absolutely. Based on that game, we're doing this. Change the tactic every match seems. It's working well for us so far. What are you talking about? Hopefully now we might have found the secret sauce. We'll see. We're away from home against 5th place Lincoln. We will postpone that match, please. Oh, Andre Anderson. What I wouldn't give to have him right now. We need the January transfer window, boys. We need to completely change this squad because it's not working for us anymore. I sort of wish Penaranda hadn't scored, to be honest. So we could have spoken to him. Can't speak to him now. Still averaging a 7.46, even having had dreadful games the last 5. Penaranda in the last 5's averaged a 6.62. And he's still averaging a 7.46 over the course of the 10 games. Shows you how good he was the first 5. Ballymumba again. Best trainer. He's 18, you know. It's been his birthday, so happy birthday, Barley. Suddenly want to buy a lot of clubs. Still got 2 years left on his deal, which is good. I do love the asymmetric mind, Pete. There's something about it. It's just tickles me fancy. Right then. Know what it is. Ballymumba's coming in. He's coming in hot. 2 playmakers is not ideal. So we'll have George Dobson as a ball-winning midfielder in that defensive area. Duncan Watmore on the bench. Luke O'Nien on the bench. Tommy Smith can come out for Flanagan, who can come back in after his suspension. Everything else can remain the same, and we go again, this time against 5th place Lincoln. It'll be a much harder challenge than what we've been facing the previous 5. But maybe we're better against the better sides. We'll have to wait and see. First highlight of the game comes 40 seconds in, and it's going to be Lincoln City currently in possession. Coming down the left-hand side with Grant. Hume, well done, well defended. Semenyo, can you win this? No, Lewis wins it. It is going to be a Lincoln City attack, I think. Unless we can pinch and counter. Come on. Can we pinch? We're not going to pinch. Lewis down the left-hand side. Is he going to whip it in? Conor McLaughlin holds him up. Coventry. We're holding our shape well, but they've finally made it beyond our defensive line. Anderson's our back post. Hume clears, and Maguire is the man who can drive forward. Tries to set away Penaranda. He's got the pace to beat that defender, and he gets to the ball first. Is he going to whip the ball in? He is. Semenyo. Antoine Semenyo puts us 1-0 up 2 minutes in. 4th goal of the season for him from that right-hand side. And Penaranda turns provider rather than scorer. Oh, Pete, man. Get involved. I used to be obsessed with symmetry in Football Manager. So if I had 2 wingers that had to play the same role, I couldn't have them play different roles. I've sort of lost that now, but I used to always be like that. If I had 2 central midfielders that had to be the same, if I had 2 centre halves that had to be the same, same with the strikers. Lewis with the free kick for Lincoln. Oh, what a save by John McLaughlin. What a save, my son. I've criticised him enough this season, so when he gets a good save, I need to announce it. Lewis. Mumba gets it clear. Success. Come on, clear the ball up to some Penaranda. We're on the attack on the right-hand side this time. Dobson gets dispossessed, though. I'm going to have to drop our lines, I think. That was an error. Maybe I'll have to drop the amount of pressing we're doing as well. We're only on standard, so half back for you. I used to always love an anchor man in defensive midfield. For years, I always have an anchor man. Now it's deep lying playmaker. I love a box-to-box midfielder as well. Not so much in recent years, but on like FM15, complete wing back. God, give me a complete wing back. Wing backs were just broken in general. Maguire, free kick. Willis! 2-0. 2-0 up. Against a side who should be giving us more difficulties than they are. It's funny how things work in this bloody game. Maguire with a great free kick. Willis is there, back post. Buries his header. And we'll take that all day. Just shrink this a bit. Just want to see. They've had no chances so far. Clear cut or half. Is this going to be the first? Oh, not down to 10 men. No, George. George, please. Josh Scowen can come on. Thank God we're 2-0 up and not just 1. We are cautious. 10 men's always difficult. We'll stay counter-attacking for now. We'll see how Lincoln react to it. Not really changing all that much in their lineup. 4-4-1-1. Grant with a free kick. John McLaughlin, what a save, my son. 22 minutes to go. Can we hold on for the win here? It will be absolutely huge. Lewis, corner. Clear, Semenyo. Hesketh keeps the ball alive. Anderson picks it up on the right-hand side. What's he going to do with it? Good lad. Good lad. Corner to Lincoln City, though, which isn't ideal. Lewis is going to take it again. Can we get a clear again? We can. John Jules keeps it alive. 20 minutes to go. We get the block. Surely that's end of highlight. Unless Penaranda is about to do a madness coming down this right-hand side. Go on, Penaranda. No, he's not. No, he's not. Stop getting excited. 15 minutes to go. We're going to keep the boys out there for now. I'll make a couple of changes the final 5. Really need to make the most of our fresh legs. Conor McLaughlin can come off for Luke O'Neill. 9. Denver Hume. No. Lyndon Gooch can come on for Semenyo on the right hand side. Good performance by Semenyo getting the goal. 4 minutes left. Time is ticking away. They completely nullified them. They've done absolutely nothing since we went down, really. And there we have it. Lincoln 0. Sunderland 2. We take the 3 points on the road. And that sees us rise to top of the table, but Bristol Rovers do have a game in hand, as do Portsmouth. So we probably won't be staying there for long. Fine George Dobson a week's wages for his absolutely despicable behaviour. Red cards are never fun. We'll rest the boys because our next game is only in 4 days' time. Who we're playing? Scunthorpe is the team we will be playing. They are currently... Where are they? I've gone Scunthorpe blind. Is this in the cup? It is in the cup, man. No wonder I couldn't say that. Right, the Leeson... that was embarrassing. The Leeson.com trophy. I should know Scunthorpe aren't in the League One. I'm certainly hoping so, Pete. Lincoln are a good side. Are they still sitting in the playoffs, I think? Still sitting in 5th. Going down to 10 men. The way we were able to battle back against them, they basically did, apart from that little chance they had 65 minutes or so in, they basically done nothing. Right then. Leeson.com trophy. Fully rotated side? Yeah, it's got to be. Got to rotate as much as we can here. Looks like we've got a bit of a break. Internationals after this game. So I'm probably going to call it after this Scunthorpe game. Sees us rounded out at a nice about 2 hours. Which is champion. Right then. Let's get to this game. I forgot the Leeson.com trophy was a group stage to start with. Right. I'll probably be doing a much longer stream tomorrow if you're interested. It will probably be on the evening, so Yo-Yo Man might release a bit early tomorrow. Get that out before I stream rather than after. So Lee Burge will start in goal. Right back I want Luke O'Neill. Centre half Flanagan can start with alongside Alim Ozturk. 6:15, Pete. Next episode of Yo-Yo Man will be out. Left back be Declan John. D mid can be Josh Scowen. Centre mid can be Max Power. Right midfield. Where's our Lyndon? Or shall I play him attack midfield? So I'll bring Duncan Watmore in the right. Lyndon Gooch in behind. Isaac Success is going to have to play on the left hand side. I need to keep Chris Maguire fit. I think he's going to be the key. Right. Let's get into this match. Scunthorpe. Hope for a win. We've beat Newcastle under 23, so there's no team we can't beat. I'm drop this line. I forgot to make the changes, didn't I? Go positive rather than attacking. Pete, the reason why I've started these streams really is because I am so far ahead in Yo-Yo Man. I've got a lot of episodes that they're done and dusted, scheduled for release. Just a sneak peek. I've already left Huddersfield in my time. I'm already at my new club. So I've decided to start stream calming down on the Yo-Yo Man recordings. Because I've been in self-isolation since Tuesday. My partner showed some symptoms of corona. So I haven't been able to go to work. So I've just got all this time. All this time to kill. So why not play Football Manager with it as Will Grigg goes close. So yeah, I'm trying to limit myself on Yo-Yo Man time playing. And fill up the time that I would be spending recording it, playing Sunderland instead. Highlight now. Number 11, Lyndon Gooch to take a corner. It's played in. Watmore wins it. Comes out to max power. He gets his 4th goal of the season and puts us 1-0 up 25 minutes in. Are you talking about right now as in right now, or right now as in terms of Yo-Yo Man? Because that will be revealing secret information otherwise. Barnsley and Birmingham are doing just fine without me. We'll put it that way. Lyndon Gooch picks it up in the centre of midfield. Scowen over to Luke O'Nien on the right hand side. Come on. Plays it out to Max Power. Oh, come on. Another highlight now. Alim Ozturk with the free kick. It's cleared only as far as Duncan Watmore. Out to Alim Ozturk. Scowen. Going to switch the play at the left hand side. Left hand side. Look at that. Look at all that. I've told them to play narrowly now, so I can't expect them to be doing that. Lyndon Gooch, what a strike, my son. Take a bow. His first of the season. Absolutely delightful. We'll see it again here. Duncan Watmore playing it to Lyndon, playing him behind the striker. An unusual position for him, but he's doing okay there today. Let's have a look at the league table. We're currently sitting top in the Leeson.com Trophy Northern Section Group F. Nice. That's the plan, Pete. I would love that. Secretly in my own head, if I can keep this save going, I would love it if 10 teams... Well, 10 teams is probably a bit ambitious. But I would absolutely love it if we had 10 teams in the Premier League all there because I got them promoted. Perch on the left-hand side for Scunthorpe. Are they going to get themselves a goal back? Out a little. Gillade takes the strike. Oh, he gets one back for Scunthorpe. Are they going to make it interesting? We currently have 71% possession. They've had no clear cut or half chances. But they could easily get back into this. What do you think my chances are, Pete, of winning the league in the very first season with a team? That's another secret, long away goal. Obviously got Champions League football with Birmingham, which I think is the first time I've ever done it, where I've got a newly promoted side into third straight away. I just think maybe the powers that be in the Premier League are just a bit too good, even with really good signings and a lot of money behind you. O'Nien on the right hand side to Lyndon Gooch. Watmore back out to O'Nien. Come on, son. Scowen takes the strike and he goes wide. Eight minutes to go in this one, then we'll make our changes. Save the legs of some of our lads. We haven't got no defensive midfielders. We'll bring on the centre half at D mid. We'll take off Isaac Success for Kyle Lafferty and we'll bring on Jordan Willis for Tom Flanagan at centre back. Save some tired legs. And with 4 minutes to go, that is going to be... Or is it not? Scunthorpe score another. Oh, it's disallowed. Andy Butler offside. Full time though. Scunthorpe 1, Sunderland 3. We will take that all day. So let's have a review of how the day has gone. We started here, smashed Peterborough, lost 4 in a row, but then won 3 out of the last 4. I think we'll take that. In terms of the League 1 table, we currently sit top, but that could all change, depending on the teams who've got games in hand. I tell you what, tomorrow, I want to get to January, so we've got a lot of games to play through tomorrow. Probably be here for quite a while, but I think that's going to be the game. Well, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Thank you for interacting in the chat. Cheers, Pete. I'm hoping you'll be around tomorrow. We could end up winning the Premier League in the first season with a newly promoted side. I think you're right, though. I think it would need to be. I really wish I managed to be able to get who got relegated. I think it was Everton. If I'd got Everton, they've still got Moise Keane. I could have done some damage with him. But I hope you have enjoyed it. I will be live tomorrow. Keep an eye out for Yo-Yo Man, which will be going live at 6:15. It might come out a bit earlier tomorrow, depending on my own schedule. But either way, there'll be a live stream and Yo-Yo Man tomorrow as well. So, till next time, take it easy.